Tensions in the Middle East are on the brink of spiraling out of control. The conflict between Israel and Hezbollah has erupted once again, this time with devastating consequences. Hundreds have been killed, thousands injured, and both sides seem to be ramping up for what could be a full-scale war. What led to this? How did the situation escalate so quickly? And most importantly, what might happen next? In this video, we're breaking down the latest updates from the Israel-Hezbollah conflict, where it's heading, and the global impact it might have. This isn't a new story. The tension between Israel and Hezbollah has simmered for decades. Hezbollah, a militant group based in southern Lebanon, backed by Iran, has long been at odds with Israel. The animosity dates back to the Lebanese Civil War and Israel's occupation of southern Lebanon in the 1980s. Since then, periodic clashes have resulted in numerous conflicts, the most notable being the 2006 Lebanon War, which left over 1,000 people dead and much of Lebanon's infrastructure in ruins. However, the recent flare-up is unlike anything seen in years, potentially far more dangerous and deadly. So, what happened in 2024 to ignite this fire again? It all began with growing tensions in southern Lebanon. Hezbollah's military buildup along the Israel-Lebanon border, supported by Iran, raised alarms in Tel Aviv. These tensions erupted into violence earlier this month when Hezbollah launched missile strikes into northern Israel, allegedly in retaliation for Israeli airstrikes in Syrian territory, where Hezbollah maintains a significant presence. In response, Israel retaliated with extensive airstrikes targeting Hezbollah positions deep within Lebanese territory. Within hours, the border areas between the two nations became a war zone. The Lebanese Health Ministry reported over 490 people killed within just a few days and thousands injured, a toll that continues to rise. But what makes this conflict so concerning in 2024 is the rapid escalation. In recent days, world leaders have begun to warn of an all-out war. Israeli forces have mobilized more troops to the north, suggesting that preparations are underway for a large-scale military incursion into Lebanon. Meanwhile, Hezbollah's leadership, emboldened by support from Tehran, has vowed to continue its strikes. With both sides digging in their heels, the fear is that a full-blown regional war could break out. One significant development is the role of Iran. Many experts are pointing to the Islamic Republic's growing influence in the region, using Hezbollah as a proxy to pressure Israel and destabilize the region. This has wider geopolitical implications, with the United States and its allies expressing concern about the broader conflict. Internationally, the response has been urgent and varied. The United Nations has called for immediate ceasefire talks, though neither Israel nor Hezbollah seem willing to come to the table yet. Meanwhile, the European Union warned of the growing risk of this conflict spilling into neighboring countries like Syria, Jordan, or even dragging in global powers like Russia and the United States. The potential for this war to widen into a regional or even global conflict is causing intense concern. The United States has already sent additional troops to the region, a sign that Washington is preparing for a worst-case scenario. As the fighting intensifies, the civilians in Lebanon are facing the brunt of the violence. Cities along the Israeli border, including major hubs like Tyre and Sidon, have been heavily bombed. Humanitarian organizations warn that southern Lebanon could face a new refugee crisis as people flee the violence. Already there are reports of food and medical shortages in some areas. This echoes the devastation seen in previous conflicts, where Lebanese civilians paid a heavy price. Thousands of families have been displaced, with many seeking shelter in makeshift camps or crossing into neighboring countries for safety. So, where does this leave us? Both sides are preparing for a protracted conflict, with neither showing signs of backing down. Hezbollah's leaders have declared they're prepared for a long war of attrition. Meanwhile, Israel has stated that it will not allow Hezbollah to operate freely near its borders. For now, peace talks seem unlikely, and the fear is that this could lead to a wider war involving multiple nations in the Middle East. For the international community, the immediate challenge is de-escalation. Without a diplomatic solution, the situation could spiral further out of control, with devastating consequences not just for the region, but potentially for the world. As the situation unfolds, we will keep you updated with the latest developments from this volatile region. What do you think? Is there hope for a peaceful resolution? Or are we witnessing the beginnings of another major war in the Middle East? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.